name is Emma Lambert. I'm one of the account managers here at Togetherall, and today I just want to walk you through the service itself, give you a little bit more knowledge around sort of who we are, what we do, and actually walk you through a little bit around the platform itself as well. So actually show you the platform in action. So Togetherall is a free immediate support service for residents of Glasgow, predominantly aimed at the age of 16 to 24-year-olds, but in no way would we prevent anyone from a different age bracket from accessing the service, but we're predominantly aged focusing around 16 to 24-year-olds. Now, they can access via a Glasgow postcode, and that makes it eligible for the or can access the service, so makes them eligible to access the service. Now, we are a mental health community, so we work with various different partnerships of all different sort of variations in sizes, those partnerships working and supporting sort of higher and further education institutions to large or local authority or NHS partnerships as well. So really learning more about the service today and sort of what we do. So we are and do provide an immediate, clinically moderated online peer-to-peer mental health community. So we have and are an immediate access to a community of people where members can share their own lived life experiences freely and openly with others. Now, this is an anonymous service, so that anonymity factor really helps to empower people to tell their own story, but also helps to break any barriers that anyone may face when accessing mental health support. This support is available 24/7 via any device with an internet connection. So therefore, we're accessible and we're sort of at that point of need for any member, whatever they may be feeling at that time. Now, the community is there to gain and seek support from others. So we see many people using the support service to gain support from themselves, but also an area to therefore support others as well. So sharing lived life experiences, triumphs, worries, concerns, whatever that may be, this is a supportive community to connect with others. Now, so we cover and help people with relationship or situational stress, short-term or long-term, anyone that may be feeling sort of worries around anxiety or depression, so those low level sort of mental health concerns, but also that generalized well-being as well. So anyone that actually might find that they need some sort of self-help tools or just want to enhance their general well-being as a whole as well. So we are facilitating peer-to-peer connections in a safe space. Now, that is really the beating heart of our service. We're a community, bringing people together, making connections, talking and discussing lived life experiences, so having that sense of normalization and that belonging to something, so that belonging to a community. Now, this is all moderated by our clinical professionals to ensure that this is a safe space for everyone. So mental health professionals are also online 24/7. They engage with members directly within the community setting, but they also help to be a bit of a listening ear for our members as well. So they can listen, provide guidance, share advice, but they're also able to sort of convey quite sort of emotionally sensitive ideas via the platform as well. Now, they are available on more of a one-to-one intervention level as well, so that active listening and supporting our members on a one-to-one basis. We do and are part of a wider ecosystem. So on the platform, members can see other links to other support services that are available to them. So this includes it's sort of shown as a tile on the platform, and you'll see that shortly, is being aware that actually members and people will access different services at different times of their mental health and wellbeing journey. So actually we can help support people that might be waiting for other treatment. They may have finished treatment and actually want a support mechanism sort of post-treatment as well. So we actually help to support people in many different ways at many different points of their mental health journey, but actually keeping that localized to that area as well. We also provide, alongside our community element, is a number of courses, resources, and self-help tools for members to be able to engage with and promote sort of that self-help, self-care, and self-development. So a little bit more around our mental health professionals that are online as well. So these are all trained, accredited, licensed professionals that are available in the background of the platform that help to keep our members safe, but also engage with members as well. So supporting them on a one-to-one basis, but also within the community itself as well. Now, they are really there to ensure that our members are safe at all times. So this really sort of helps. We can and do sort of provide support for any member that may be feeling particularly vulnerable. They may need sort of a connection into another support service. So our mental health professionals can help sort of guide the way for our members directly. Again, they're able to signpost localized services and support services available in the area, but also guide members to the right tools at the right times to support themselves as well. So really keeping members safe, ensuring that members are supported and engaging within the right areas of the platform. Now, the team itself consists of our Chief Clinical Officer, Ben Locke, who has over 20 years clinical experience within the space, and predominantly actually with the student mental health space as well. Has a real passion for student mental health. And then we have a senior clinical team that consists of various different senior roles across the NHS roles, and then what we have our wall guide team. Now you'll hear me reference wall guides, and you'll be able to see how they work within the platform itself. But these are essentially sort of our frontline staff, so they're there engaging with members directly in the moment, in that point of need. So the key sort of features of the platform are sort of broken down into three key pillars in what our members are sort of engaged with. So I've spoken quite a lot about the community, but this is really our beating heart of the service. So facilitating connections, a vibrant, inclusive space to share absolutely anything that may be on your mind. So that being triumphs, it could be positive experiences, it could be negative experiences, but this is a safe space to discuss that. And what we tend to see on the platform is members sharing their own experiences. Members may be slightly ahead of other members, so they're able to actually support them through that process. But really is having that anonymity factor as well, so giving people confidence in sharing something maybe for the very first time, which we see on our platform quite a lot as well. We then have sort of smaller groups within the platform itself. So actually helping to find and connect with members on a more deeper level around specific topics, for example. Now, we actually created our groups from actually going out to our members and asking what they would like to see at this point. We then shortlisted some groups, so based them around wellness-based groups. So an area to share health and lifestyle tips, gratitude diaries. We also have a laugh and uplift group, so somewhere that people can share sort of funny stories, jokes, funny pet pictures. Actually, for me, that's quite a positive group to be part of. We also have a role-based group. This consists of the likes of student life, work-life balance, parents and caregivers. So actually, again, it's being able to connect around a particular topic, meet with those connections and share that lived life experience around that particular topic with that group of people. Now, we also have a number of evidence-based online courses for members to be able to engage with. Again, it's a mix of healthy lifestyle courses, so improving sleep, cutting down on drinking, it may be quitting smoking. So healthy lifestyle, really. And I suppose, again, that sort of shows the platform can be for wellness gains as well. So absolutely anyone can benefit from improving sleep, and learning more about how we can improve sleep actually helps with our day-to-day performance, mood, and so on. A number of those courses are more practical development courses as well. So they are managing stress and worry. You may procrastinate. We have managing emotions. So actually sharing tips and tools and techniques to help people manage their emotional journey, manage those feelings, and therefore coping strategies that help them to manage those emotions and therefore be able to take further steps forward as well. Now, courses can be taken in members' own time, they're interactive, there's downloadable worksheets, for example. The content really varies within these courses, but they do have sort of external sort of information pages with it embedded within each course as well. And each course has its own specific talk about as well. So a group talk about that's specific around that course. We also have a number of wellbeing self-help tools as well. So journaling tools. Now, noting feelings down can be a great way to uplift those pressures, understand feelings, but also to help members sort of visualize solutions at a point going forward as well. Goal setting tools, that actually really helps to empower us to set and track achievable goals and set and achieve those tasks as well. So that real sort of sense of achievement when completing those goals too. There are a number of self-assessments as well. Now, these are clinically established self-assessments that are used widely across the healthcare board. So using scoring metrics of PHQ-9 and GAD-7 that measure anxiety and depression, but also, again, healthy lifestyle. So any member or anyone that may be experiencing concerns around their eating habits or around their drinking habits can take a short self-assessment and learn more about that, receive scores. And again, our mental health professionals that sit in the background are actually able to guide people from these scores to the next steps to self-help. I suppose, again, it's like, what do our members say when they engage with the service? So 78% of our members actually find Togetherall service very or quite helpful when they have engaged with the service. 67% of members actually found support from Togetherall very or quite helpful while on a wait list or a support till after being discharged from other support services. So we can help be part of that care package for people and for members. We actually help to support members whilst they are receiving treatment, post-treatment, or actually help to engage with members that actually may not have any other form of support via us as well. So we can really help to support members at different parts of their mental health journey. And again, it's that registration process that I want to be really clear, and I will walk you through that and what that looks like now. But actually, whether you'll be using the service yourself or whether you will be sort of signposting or recommending to friends, colleagues, children maybe, but actually it's making them aware of togetherall.com. That can be entered into any internet sort of web browser. we do have to complete a few a member registration, so a few basic questions will be asked at that stage, and an email verification will be needed. But then we actually have immediate access to this mental health support at any time, day or night, on any device with an internet connection. So actually what I'm going to do now is just pop you into the service itself, walk you through what that looks like. And again, I think it really helps to visualize how the service works with when recommending or using yourself. Now, I have used togetherall.com into a web browser here. Here I can find, and this is our website, so we can find lots of information around who Togetherall are, who we work with, our partnering organisations, but also what our members say when they are engaging with the service as well. Now, once clicking the join button, this is where we can select a drop down. So it's actually the area that will be registered. So we can click here to enter the registration process. Now, if any member is unsure how they would access the service, we can click this I'm not sure if I'm eligible button, and that will give them the right route then to take moving forward. But once the select an area is registered, that's where they would enter their postcode and start that short registration process. Now, we do ask members here a little bit of information around themselves. So we do need to capture their date of birth. Now, this is to ensure that they are 16 plus, as we are a 16 plus service. Now, we do need to capture the postcode to ensure the eligibility route into the platform. And we do have to collect here as well that email verification at this point too. Now, once that short registration process has happened, we then have immediate access to the support service. And I'll just walk you through the platform itself. So along the top here, we have the community aspect, so the community courses and resources, and I'll take you through each one. But actually here is my personalised homepage. Now, my unique username is Beautiful H, and that protects my anonymity as a member now. So any interaction taken on this from this point onwards is under this unique username, and that really protects my anonymity of the service. Now, there are sort of two main ways in which members can express themselves on the platform, or how we can create a post. We can create a talk about, which is a writing post, but we can also create a brick, which is a more of an art therapy. So any member that actually finds it difficult to express themselves in words, or they may find that art sort of represents them in a little bit more detail, or suits their personality more, what they can do is actually create a brick. This is really for anyone to express themselves in more of an art therapy. We can and do see images uploaded here as well. Now, we do need to ensure that there is no personal identifying information shared at this point. So no selfies, for example, no real names to be shared, no locations. And this brick is this content really is a really nice way for people to be able to express themselves in a more artistic way. Now, we also have this Ask a Wall Guide button here. So this button takes our members, or takes you into a direct one-to-one conversation with one of our mental health professionals. Now, and that button is available on any screen, on any device, at any time, day or night. So it really is a 24/7, 365-day a year service. And here is a welcome message. So I actually joined Togetherall back when we were called Big White Wall. So we were actually established back in 2007. We transitioned into the name Togetherall in 2020. But actually here is one of our welcome messages, really clear that we are there on a one-to-one level, so that you are talking to a trained counsellor at this point. we are available and there to talk on that private level, but also how you can learn a little bit more about yourself, engaging with other areas of the platform. So encouraging members to create a brick or create a post, or it could be to engage in one of our courses, for example. And we do share within the registration process information around sort of house rules. So anyone that joins the service is adhering to our house rules, really, which is ensuring that everyone remains supportive and respectful within the community, and supportive of other members within the community as well. Now, every post that is created is categorized, so our members can control what they see at this point. So whether I am accessing the service because I am struggling with anxiety, or I feel low, or feel depressed, for example, I can include topics that I want to engage with. Again, we may have members that are accessing the service. They may have a friend that's suffering from depression or anxiety and actually want to support them more. So they may want to learn a little bit more about those particular topics. Now, more importantly, I can also avoid any particular content that I wouldn't want to see at this point as well. So anyone that may find anything triggering can avoid content at any point too. Now, once I have selected my topics, it will pull elements from the community, courses and resources into my own personalized newsfeed here. So we can see here that it's pulling elements from different talkabouts, different articles. There also will be links through to courses as well. So all relevant that I've selected. And the conversations really can vary depending on time of academic year. So here, this is showing the most recent post. Actually, we have a sort of a student here that is sort of expressing that they're feeling very overwhelmed with school. We see that quite a lot, especially within this time of transitioning into university for a lot of students. It could be sort of transitioning into college. It could be exam times and expression and pressures. So we see a real varied in conversation. As I scroll down here, we can see that actually feeling good around assignments. So we see sort of exam stress and triumph shared here. People may be feeling overwhelmed. People may be wanting to share around their sexuality for the first time. But this is really a community for anyone to share whatever is on their minds. But this particular post here actually is a student reaching out because they're actually finding it really difficult to make friends. They've moved away from university. They are moved into a new big city for the first time. They are struggling to deeply connect with and find the people for them. And actually, it's making them feel quite lonely and closed off from everyone. So anyone that might be feeling quite isolated can really benefit from being part of the community. Now, actually, we can see here that one of our mental health professionals has responded. So it's important to note here that they will be engaging within conversations with our members. They are and do welcome new members to the platform. They engage within posts that haven't had a response within a certain amount of time. But we do ensure and really try and create that peer-to-peer connection and peer-to-peer support within the community. So actually what we see here is other members coming in and supporting this member. So a real acknowledgement of that they may have felt that way at some point. They can really relate that they may be feeling exactly the same at the time. And this is where they can make private one-to-one connections with members as well. We tend to see members encouraging members or sharing previous advice. So maybe that they have felt that way previously and how they overcome those particular feelings. So I really feel that this really helps to demonstrate how the community and that peer-to-peer support element, members supporting other members and connecting and talking about that live life experience. So to find the groups element, so that's underneath the groups tab here. So actually here this will show you any groups that you are part of, but actually all groups can be accessed here. And the full list of wellness-based groups can be found here. And then those role-based groups as well. So student life, work-life balance, healthcare workers, parents and caregivers. So we have a wide range of groups that can be accessed by all members as well. So our resources, sort of as mentioned, we've got under our resource sections, we've got journals and goal setters. So under our self-assessments, so a variety of healthy lifestyles, so cut down on drinking, concerns around eating, but also those managing emotions, managing fears and phobias, or general distress that members may want to explore a little bit more about. Now, results are sort of visible, not to the community, but to our healthcare professionals, our mental health professionals. And mental health, our professionals actually may and do reach out to support people with whatever that sort of concerning score may be around. So concerning around drinking here, we may be signposting to liaise with your doctor, liaise with any sort of localised support services, or maybe post within the community to seek community sort of wide support here as well. So we are we are very proactive in the way that we support members on a personal level as well. Now, here we can access sort of external resources. So we will have lists that are specific to members depending on their geographical location. But we have various different materials that help to understand diagnosis in a bit more detail. It may be to explore thoughts or feelings a bit more, but actually then how we cope with those and therefore then move forward. So life scenario based stories, we can see here again around bullying. It can be around relationships, learning how to control anger. So really it's I mean, there's about 100 articles here that people can engage with. It's mainly reading material, but they really work in line with our courses elements. So courses being evidence-based and online courses, they are based around CBT principles, again ranging from healthy lifestyle, so anyone really can benefit from the improving sleep, but being able to learn how to cut down on drinking or quit smoking, but actually more practical development courses, so managing emotions, managing health anxiety, managing depression, for example. Now, we do support our military and veterans, so we do have specific courses that are available for that community. But I just want to show you a course in action. So this being the Improve Your Sleep course, we actually encourage members to take a self-assessment prior the course, so on entry, and then again on completion as well to help track progress. But here we have the structure down the left-hand side. So the structure is and does need to be completed in that order. We have information here around insomnia, so sharing lifestyle or sleep tips around hygiene or sleep hygiene. Now, members can dip in and out of this course as and when they wish. So although they have to complete in that order, they don't have a time limit to complete at all. So it works around members' lifestyles. They can engage as and when they wish. Here again, I'm still slowly sort of scrolling down the content here. So we've got sort of tips around sleep hygiene, changing lifestyle habits. We have links through to internal parts of the platform, so goal setting or journaling as you're taking a course can be really beneficial. We have a sleep hygiene diary here that can be downloaded and used by our members, and then actually we have any sort of helpful links here. So we have a link through to NHS insomnia overview pages and a sleep app here that members can engage with too. Now if we click through here, This actually takes us to a interactive, dedicated group that talks around that specific course. So that's anyone that has enrolled or currently taking one of those courses. So that is everything from me. I hope